Yeah, hi, good evening to everyone. Today we can discuss Springboot. Okay, today we can discuss Springboot. Let's get started. What is the Spring and Springboot? Spring is the one approach to develop, and Springboot is another approach to develop the application with less configuration. Right here, Spring is using that more configuration. With using the Springboot is we can using less configuration. Okay, less configuration we can using. Like Springboot is using that we can develop the three types of applications, right? By using the Springboot, how we can three types of application is there: standalone application, web application, and distributed application. Three type of application we can develop by using the Springboot. But Springboot is internally it is using that in the Spring only. Internally they have to Spring only, isn't it? We have the that some of the advantages how we can create that Springboot application by using the Springboot application here. Probably five ways we can five advantages is there, right? By using the starter pom and by using the auto configuration, by using the actuator, and by it is the embedded server. It is the all four features included when creating the Spring Boot application. What is the starter pom? This starter pom is the simplifies the maven or gradle build configuration. Maven and gradle build configuration. That maven and gradle build configuration. What does the meaning? Here the pom starter, the pom starter, that is the web starter, maybe a datajpa starter, security starter, mail starter. So many starter class is there, right? The starter class will start the application and simplify the maven or gradle build configuration, isn't it? It simplify the maven and or gradle build configuration. And here the auto configuration. What is that? What does mean the auto configuration? This auto configuration is boot will identify required config for our application. Boot will identify a required configuration for our application by using the auto configuration. What will do auto configuration? Auto configuration will do identify the required config for our application. What the required config? Creating web DB connection or deploying the web application embed server automatically and start the IoT container and the component scanning. That's component scanning by using the base package. It will scan the entire it is component will scan. Okay, entire component will scan by using the component scanning, isn't it? And actuators. What is that actuator? That actuator is the monitor and manage our application. What will do? Monitor and manage our application by using the actuator. Actuator is provide the ready-made method to use their application to use their endpoints by using the actuators. It can provide the monitor and manage our application. And also how what is that actuator will do? Actuators will do how many bits are loaded, how many URL patterns are mapped with controller, and what is the configuration properties loaded, and what is the health of the app, and what is the heap dump and thread dump. These many things it will track by using the actuators, isn't it? It will provide the monitor and manage our application. Okay, monitor and manage our application by using the actuators. Okay, actuator what will do? How many beans are loaded? How many URL pattern are mapped? And what is the configuration properties loaded? And what is the health of the apps? And what is the heap of the dump? And what is the thread dump? These many things will track by using the actuators, right? And here embed server. This embed server, what is that? Embed server is the provide the server for our application, run our boot application. What is the default server? This is the Apache Tomcat is the default server and Jetty Init also next default server. If you don't want to use that Apache Tomcat, you can use Jetty or Netty. Depending on requirement, you can use them. But by using the but it is the by default it will Apache Tomcat only run in your application. Okay, and here how many ways you can create the Spring Boot application by using the starter.spring.io or ID. STS ID is there, right? By using the STS ID you can create, or by using the starter.spring like this also you can create. Like this also you can create. Let me check here. Yes, this way. This way. Here you can set that language as Java and Maven. Okay, this is the snapshot version I am using. You can here that the package also you can set here like Java, full stack, Guru. Okay, and demo application or the application artifacts name also you can set here. Yes, demo is fine. Demo. And here project description and package type jar or var. I am using jar, and what is the Java version? Java version is 17 version, right? I am using, and here after that 17 version, what we'll do here after that 17 version we'll do, just wait, this generate, right? Add the dependencies. For example, web. Yes, that's it. And add JPA, and SQL. Okay. MS, not MS SQL server driver. MySQL. Okay. Not my bad. This is remove MySQL. Okay. Also Lombok. Okay, Lombok for avoid the boilerplate code, isn't it? And dev tool to restart automatically. Yes, these many things you should that dependencies enough. Okay, and generate here. Here you can press on generate, and it will generate that one in the zip file and extract it there, and it can load the existing project. That's it. These ways, two ways we can create that by using the Spring Initializer, or see here Spring Boot. I am explaining Spring Boot, but still we are going inside the Spring, because of inside the Spring Boot we have only Spring application or Spring framework only. Okay, Spring framework only. That's it. Two ways we can create basically. Initializer one way and IDE another way. Okay, initializer and IDE here. But IDE internally connect with Spring.io only. This website will create. This website only it will connect internally in IDE. Okay, and yeah, here Spring Boot is nothing but it is a Spring -XML configuration plus autoconfig plus embed server plus Actuators is equal to the Spring Boot, right? This way you can create. These many features they has. What is the starter class in the Spring Boot? Starter class, run class is there, right? Starter class, I can call a run class. Is the start class is the entry point of the boot application execution. This is the entry point of the application, and starter class is also called the main class of the Spring Boot. Run class is there, right? That is called starter class, or that is the called also main class in the Spring Boot application. When we create that boot application, start the class will be created by default like this. Like this you can create. Like this we can create by Spring Boot application annotation. It is the run class is there, right? Run method. This is the run method. This is the run method. This run method is choosing that it is the class is the main class, and also you can call the entry point of the class. And Spring Boot application annotation is equal to three annotation, right? What is that? At the Spring Boot configuration or at the rate configuration, and at the rate enable auto configuration and at the rate component scan. These things are equal to only one single annotation, that is at the rate Spring Boot application annotation. Okay, and how IOC start the Spring Boot application. Three ways we can start the Spring Boot application. IOC that logic has inside the run method. The run method that containing logic that IOC start the container. Okay, that run method has a IOC container. Start how could start the IOC container, like boot starter, like annotation config application context, isn't it? Or XML application context, and web starter annotation application, annotation config servlet web server application context, or starter web flux the annotation config reactive web server application context. These ways we can create that IOC container start. Basically, you can create this one. This also you can create, but this is the reactive web application will create. This is the IOC container. Okay, don't to remember these things, but it is the internally it will work, isn't it? And also one when started the Spring Boot application, that Spring banner will appear, right? We can edit that Spring banner, isn't it? Here the what is the Spring banner in Spring Boot? The Spring logo when the printing on the console, right? When we are running that console, inside the console printing something like Spring, right? The Spring that is called a banner. We have to three modes to edit the banner, right? One is the console by default, printing the console. Low that log print in the log file as well, and also we can off the banner as well. Okay, how we can off the banner? We can set that banner mode in the application dot property file, and like this spring dot main dot banner hyphen mode equal to off. This off means off the banner. Okay, I don't have any example right now. It will take the time. I have a lot of things, but it will take to time. I will show in the another class how could you off the banner, isn't it? We can customize the banner text, the Spring Boot application, creating inside the src file, like banner.text file under the src main.resource folder. You can create that banner dot text file, right? Banner dot text. It will inside the banner. We can give the text ASCII text generation. When using the ASCII text generation, these things, right? These things add the ASCII text generation. Hmm? And if you want to show that thing, you can run instead of using customize and instead of using traditional of the Spring banner, you can customize the Spring banner as well with your organization name or with your API name or with your REST API name. Also, you can show inside the or you can print the console as well or print inside the log files, right? Or don't want to show that Spring banner, you can simply you can turn off that Spring main banner hyphen mode equal to off. It could be saved inside that in the Spring Boot application that property file. Then it will off the printing banner for your application. That's it. Today class we have discussed these many things for the Spring Boot application, right? Three ways we can create the Spring Boot application, and these many advantages by using the Spring Boot. Starter Pom, auto configuration, actuators, and embed server. These many applications are these many advantages when you are creating the Spring Boot application. Okay, and two ways we can create like starter.spring.io and ID, but ID internally work it could be take that only starter.spring.io website only, right? and this is the Springboot. Springboot basically you can work on the instead of XML, Springboot work only annotation, right? It could be work in the XML as well, but Excel nowadays nobody has to develop using the XML. Nowadays they are using that JSON only instead of using XML. That's the reason I am using the minus, right? This is not using like Spring Boot is equal to Spring minus. Instead of minus, you can remove this one and plus auto configuration embedded server actuators. That's it. That is called Spring Boot. And here main class is the running method is the main class, and this is the entry point of the main class. uh, uh, this Spring Boot application annotation containing three equal to three annotation, that is configuration or Spring Boot configuration and enable auto configuration and component scanning. These are the equal. And how could you start the Spring Boot application? Three ways you can start the Spring Boot application. Spring Boot, that is a boot starter and web starter and web starter, that is starter web flags. These ways you can start the IOC containers, right? And what is the banner? How could the off the banner? The banner is the printing the console in the in your application name, or they are the traditional way they are printing the spring logo printing. Instead of using spring logo printing, you can customize the spring logo with your organization name or API name or REST API name. You can print in your application like this. You can save that. You can save the banner.txt file inside the SRC main resource folder, and that required ASCII generation you can generate here and save inside the application.property file. If you don't want to show the application.property file here, by using the string.main.banner hyphen mode equal to off, it can off the printing. It is banner, right? This ASCII generation is it will save inside the banner.txt file inside. It will save, right? It will show. For example, I will show this one. Let me check here. This is the one of the SBI. I took one SBI. Yes, this is the SBI app, right? Instead of SBI, Java full stack bro. Java. That's it. This is the you can change also font size as well. 3D. Yes, this is the font size. Mark or filtered or underline. You can check like this, right? This is the lengthy way they have to create it, right? Ask the regular, right? This is the this one. You can check fizzy. This is the fizzy one. Yeah, we'll talk about. This is the you can save, copy this text, okay? Copy text and store inside the here banner.txt file. Inside text file, you can save this one, and automatically when you are starting that application, it will showing that. It will showing that one, right? Yeah, today class probably completed. Tomorrow we can discuss another topic. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow and bring more awesome content for you. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from you, and thank you for your support. Right now I am signing up. Bye bye.